So, when I ask, what is Odoo? What comes to mind? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But some people also say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. I mean, whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, I guess Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it. Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
This podcast is supported by Talkspace.
When my husband came home from his military deployment, readjusting was hard for all of us. Thankfully, I found Talkspace.
Talkspace provides professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatric providers online. Military members, veterans, and their dependents ages 13 and older can get fast access to providers, all from the privacy of their computers or smartphones.
I just answered a few questions online, and Talkspace matched me with a therapist. We meet when it's convenient for me, and I can message her anytime. It was so easy to set up, and they accept TRICARE. Therapy was going so well, my husband and I started seeing a couples therapist through Talkspace too.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, including TRICARE. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com/military. Go to Talkspace.com/military to get started today. That's Talkspace.com/military.
Welcome to the Retreat Leaders Podcast, your sanctuary with retreat experts, where we spill the tea on retreat success. Here we dive into crafting transformational guest experiences, talk about how to avoid pitfalls, and unlock marketing secrets. Whether you're a seasoned guru or a budding enthusiast, we've got the inside scoop for you. Join us as we learn how to flourish in this magical world of retreats. Hey guys, welcome to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. It's Shannon. Today I want to talk about something that I heard recently and it really resonated with me. At first, I don't know if I loved it when I first heard it, and now I love it. And I know why I love it, because it's absolutely true, and it just feels a little harsh. So let's break it down. Essentially, what it is your website, your copy, your retreat should do essentially one of two things, kind of the same thing, like both at the same time. But it should either attract exactly who you want to work with, while at the same time and or repel who you don't want to work with. And I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Shannon, I don't want my website to repel anyone, or it might even feel counterintuitive, but stay with me here for a minute. We shouldn't be aligned with everyone. We're not. As a matter of fact, if you're trying to create copy or create your website and it's like talking to everyone, then once again, you're talking to no one. I've said this over and over again when it comes to marketing, your website, your copy, everything. You should be targeting and talking to exactly who you want to work with. And within that, it's going to automatically repel people that don't align with that. Let's be honest, not everybody would want to work with me. Maybe they don't like my personality, my energy, the way I talk, how I operate, my lifestyle, whatever it is. They may not want to work with me. And that is okay. We have to be okay with this, by the way. You have to feel really good about what you're offering and who you're trying to serve to be okay with the fact that that's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. And so this really comes down to the fact that your website needs to be crystal clear, very clear, exactly who you want to work with. The person that I heard this from, it was actually on a podcast that I listened to, and I will tag it in the show notes here. I was actually talking about SEO in general. She's really great. I love her. And one of the things she said was when she was looking for someone to work with and she's going on their websites, if there's a lot of curse words, then that's just not somebody she wants to work with, just for her own personal beliefs. And she wasn't snarky or nasty about it. And it just like smacked me because I'm like, then it ain't me. Because if anybody knows me, cussing is kind of like I want to say second language, but it might be my first language. Okay. And so that's perfect though. And this isn't meant to be snarky on her part or my part or anything. That's perfect alignment. I wouldn't want someone to work with me, and as soon as I drop my first F-bomb, they're like totally put off, then they can't hear what I'm trying to say. They can't process it. It's a disservice to them. It's a disservice to me. It's a waste of time for everyone. The energy alignment's off, whatever may be the case. And this is just a small example, but it just gives you an idea that that can happen over and over and over again if you're not talking directly to the person you want to work with and that would want to work with you. And so let's break this down a little bit. I made some notes here and hopefully I can do this well because y'all, I'm having a hard time with this video, okay? I'm trying to get into the video world more. I'm challenging myself just like I try to challenge the people that I work with. And so we're going to go on into this. Hey guys, it's Shannon. If you've been dreaming about hosting retreats or taking your existing retreats to the next level, let's make it happen together. Join me August 22nd through 24th for an unforgettable retreat leader mastermind experience. It's going to be located on my ranch in the beautiful Texas Hill Country. Here's what you'll get when you hang out with me and an amazing group of like-minded leaders. Learn my top strategies for marketing, business operations, and selling out your retreats. Connect with other passionate retreat leaders in a high-vibe, supportive circle. Recharge, relax, refresh, and soak up all the inspiration our ranch and our staff have to offer because you deserve it. This isn't just another workshop. It's a chance to step fully into your role as a heart-centered leader while building a business that thrives. I'll be right there with you, sharing everything I've learned from the years of hosting retreats and running my own venue. Spots are super limited, so grab yours now at profitwithpurposemastermind.com. Let's create retreats that transform lives, starting with yours. That's profitwithpurposemastermind.com. I can't wait to see you there. All right. We've already talked about the fact that not everybody is your ideal guest. And I know that's really hard to swallow, but it really is the truth. Because if you, again, are marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. So let's talk about how we can use website copy to attract and repel. Again, your website should speak directly to your dream guest. Directly to your dream most ideal guest, while also signaling to others that this isn't the retreat for them. One of the things, too, I want to say before I continue on this is kind of like the cursing thing. If someone were to show up into my retreats and I start dropping F-bombs, they're going to be so turned off, but everybody's also going to be exhausted. Let's say you're trying to create a retreat that's really spiritually aligned and it's all about peace and relaxation, but that wasn't crystal clear in your copy, and somebody's coming to party. They're going to be really disappointed. Or vice versa. You made it sound like this really fun, energetic, upbeat deal, and that's what someone's looking for, and they get there and you're like, we're going to have a moment of silence for hours at a time, or whatever. You get the idea. Like, again, being super crystal clear makes it at ease for everyone. You're not trying to do things that you normally wouldn't do. You're not trying to please everyone. You are just showing up and delivering what you promised. Okay? All right, let's talk about some examples because your message should feel like a conversation exactly to whom you want to work with. So a strong, clear message would sound like this. This retreat is for women ready to reconnect with their inner power, deepen their spiritual practice, and break free from limiting beliefs. If you're craving a peaceful escape with soul-nourishing workshops, sacred ceremonies, and like-minded women, you're in the right place. This messaging attracts someone who is open to spiritual growth. That is the attraction. This messaging repels someone looking for a party weekend or a casual vacation. That's who you're repelling. And that's exactly what we're trying to do with everything on our website, okay? We want to be clear about who it's not for. As a matter of fact, if you go onto my retreats, the retreats that I host personally, you will see that I even say, this is for you if, and I list the ifs. And then I put, this is not for you if, because I want to be very clear. But a powerful way to repel the wrong audience is to boldly state who your retreat is not for, like I said. So an example, this retreat is not for you if you're looking for a generic getaway with sightseeing and tourist attractions. This is a deep, immersive experience designed for women ready to do the inner work. I mean, that's perfect. If your ideal client reads that, they literally should go, oh my gosh, that's great. And they can't wait to sign up, right? If it's someone who's like, oh, hell no, I don't want to do any inner work. I just want to come, get a massage, do some yoga, and hang out with other women, then they're going to be like, nope, that's not what I want. And that's exactly what you want as the host, is for them to right away say, nope, that's for me, or yep, that's for me. Okay, another point, use the right tone and vibe. The tone of your copy is just as important as the words. And this is really hard. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but it's really hard. Text messages, emails, copy, all of that stuff can be misconstrued by the person who's receiving it and reading it, right? But we're going to talk about the tone of your copy being just as important. If your retreat is about empowerment and bold action, your copy should be strong and direct, right? If your retreat is about peace and healing, then your copy should be soft and inviting. Let's do some examples again. So an example of a bold, high-energy retreat website. Are you ready to finally break free from the patterns holding you back? This retreat is for women who are done playing small and are ready to step into their full power. If you're craving massive breakthroughs, adventure, and deep transformation, apply now. Okay? That's that.
Hey, it's Shannon here. I'm just popping in really quickly to ask a big favor. Would you pause the show and go review it for us? Please. Reviews really help us to be able to get more guests and more experts on the show to help you transform your retreats. So if you wouldn't mind pausing and leaving us a review, that would mean everything. And if you're not already subscribed, do that too.
Here's an example of a calming, healing retreat website. Escape the noise and reconnect with your true self. This retreat is a sanctuary for women who desire peace, reflection, and renewal. Through gentle yoga, guided meditation, and nature immersion, you'll leave feeling refreshed, centered, and deeply restored. Can you tell the difference? And I don't mean just in my tone, right? The first example attracts high energy, action-oriented women and repels those looking for relaxation. The second example attracts those craving peace and repels those looking for breakthroughs or inner work. Okay? All right. Next point. You're going to want to use images that also reflect your retreat vibe. This is so important. I can't stress this enough. They need to be sharp, sexy images that literally match your theme, match your vibe, that when I look at it without reading any copy at all, I know what I'm going to experience, right? And so they should visually reinforce. If your retreat is adventurous, use images of women hiking, doing aerial yoga, or high energy group settings, like laughing and lots of interaction, like you get the idea, okay? If it's serene, use images of soft candlelight, women meditating, peaceful landscapes, low intentional movement, etc. Make it clear, the next point is make it clear how people can work with you. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this on a website as well, where there's like some information, some pictures, and then that's it. And you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? What do I register? Let me find the contact us button. I have more questions. I want to figure this out. So once you've attracted the right people and repelled the wrong people, you want to make it easy for them to take action. You want to have a clear call to action. Apply now, book your spot, join the waitlist, etc. and so forth. And they really should be scattered throughout your website. It should be like right at the very top, after a couple, paragraphs or pictures. It should really be scattered throughout this call to action all the way through your website. If your retreat requires an application, which some do. So my retreats do not. You can instantly book. And I have seen so much conversation and chatter in the groups lately of people like, absolutely not. I want to know who's coming on my retreat. And I think that's beautiful. I think that if that fits your retreat theme, your personality, your needs, and it works for you, I think that's great. And there are definitely some special demographics that's super important. Tantric ones, anything that has to do with sexual exploration or deep healing retreats, plant medicine retreats. Like there's definitely some types of retreats that really do need some screening and making sure that it's a right fit all the way around. Absolutely. So if it does though, explain that. Make sure that they know that. We keep our group small, or we have intimate deep work, or whatever it is. Let them know why there's an application process and what that process looks like. But make it obvious where to go. Don't make them hunt for the next step. Again, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this where they're hunting or you're trying to figure out what am I going to do next, okay? All right. This was like a lot of information. So let's talk about our final thoughts on this. At the end of the day, we want clarity. We want clarity over general marketing, okay? The strongest retreat websites aren't afraid to filter out the wrong audience. I'm going to say that again. The strongest retreat websites are not afraid to filter out the wrong audience. So again, instead of trying to attract everyone, you speak boldly, clearly, and intentionally to your dream guests, right? So if you're struggling or have struggled to fill up your retreat website, consider the copy that you have on there, how it's laid out, your website design, the ease of call to action. Like, look at the whole picture as if you were a stranger coming to your site. Is it clear who you're talking to? Is it clear what the expectation is on both sides, what you're going to deliver and what you're expecting of your guests? Does it appeal directly to, whom you genuinely want to work with? Is it an easy call to action? Are there great pictures that align with your theme and your vibe and your ideal guest? The clearer you are, the stronger your brand, and the more likely you are to capture the guests that you want to work with and fill your retreat. I would love to know your thoughts on this, some successes you've had, some challenges you've had, and I might even, for maybe the top 5 people that reach out, I will review your landing page. It's one of the things I actually enjoy doing. I just don't have all the time in the world. So how about this? The first 5 people to reach out to me and say, will you please review my landing page? I will do that for you and give you some feedback. All right, guys, wishing you all the most success.
Thanks for listening to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. Learn more at www.theretreatranch.com. See you next time.
This podcast is supported by Talkspace.
When my husband came home from his military deployment, readjusting was hard for all of us. Thankfully, I found Talkspace.
Talkspace provides professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatric providers online. Military members, veterans, and their dependents ages 13 and older can get fast access to providers, all from the privacy of their computers or smartphones.
I just answered a few questions online, and Talkspace matched me with a therapist. We meet when it's convenient for me, and I can message her anytime. It was so easy to set up, and they accept TRICARE. Therapy was going so well, my husband and I started seeing a couples therapist through Talkspace too.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, including TRICARE. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com/military. Go to Talkspace.com/military to get started today. That's Talkspace.com/military.
This country was built on a distinctly American work ethic. But today, work is in trouble. We've outsourced most of our manufacturing to other countries. And with that, we sent away good jobs and diminished our capability to make things. American Giant is a clothing company that's pushing back against this tide. They make a variety of high-quality clothing and activewear, like sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more. All made right here in the USA, from growing the cotton to adding the final touches. So when you buy American Giant, you create jobs for seamsters, cutters, and factory workers in towns and cities across the United States. And it's about more than an income. Jobs bring pride, purpose. They stitch people together. If all that sounds good to you, visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with promo code STAPLE20.